Now, as a fan of science and space and science fiction, uh, I'm really into this news story. It's really fascinating. And if you haven't heard yet, Disney is in a deal to buy Lucasfilm, which is the George Lucas enterprise that created Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that. Well, they're gonna buy that and all the movies and all the royalties and everything for $4.05 billion. That's a B, and I think it's the biggest purchase in the history of Hollywood. So that would be interesting, and I think it's actually good to a certain extent. I think that Disney can probably give us a really good Star Wars Episode 7, which now they're touting will be premiered around 2015. And I used to work for Disney, by the way, and it had its up and downs. I'm not gonna say that Disney is a wonderful company, although they did fuck up many things. And the thing is that I really hate about Disney now, currently, is all of this computer generated shit. All this computer generated animation. I'm not into it. It's not my thing, and it's not. I don't know. It hasn't really played to me. It seems totally plasticky, artificially. It doesn't seem like it fits. I mean, that's what I think. And many people love Pixar, which Pixar is owned by Disney, and they do all these computer animated feature films. The reason why they do these films is because supposedly it costs less, but that's not really true. Some of these films cost even more than the original hand drawn feature films. And when you have hand drawn, I mean, I will pay to go to a theater. I mean, look, I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time, and there are many reasons why. I hate going there. I hate the people that go there. I mean, all the noise and the baby crying and the people putting their feet on the back of my seat and all that crap and the sticky floors and the cell phones and the talking and all that. I just don't appreciate that. But I will go to a theater to see a really good, really good. That means the writing has to be nice. It has to be really good, a really good story. And I will go to see a full feature animated film if it's hand drawn. There's nothing like, I don't know how to explain this. There's nothing like a hand drawn animated feature film. Originally hand drawn by artists. I don't know why, because artists, when they draw on paper, it adds more emotion and character to these films. I mean, that's what it does. So, I mean, look, I've been involved in animation some time before, and they try to get me to do the flash animation and all that computer generated bullshit. And I said, nah, that's not my thing. I didn't really like it. It's a very cheap way to make a cartoon. So I hope they're not gonna aim for that kind of shit for the next Star Wars movie. Although I don't call myself a Star Wars geek, and there are a lot of those, I am a fan of Star Wars though, and I am a fan of George Lucas. I'm a fan of Indiana Jones as well, so I appreciate George Lucas. He's a very talented individual, and I wish him well for the rest of his years now on this planet. And it looks like he's retiring. He is closing shop, but he knows the importance of trying to maintain this franchise that we call Star Wars. And Star Wars is very important culturally to this country. It's very American. The impact it's had on many people's lives, I mean, it's very important. And that's why I think, at least with Disney, you're going to have the capital to build something that is, or rebuild something that is very important. But I hope and I pray to God, if there is a God, that they don't fuck this up. Because if they do, that means that the other films, the other Star Wars movies, they're all gonna suck dick. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. I mean, if Episode 7 really reeks and sucks, it's gonna just, that's it. It's over. It's dead. So I mean, yeah. Look, you have to be very careful when you do sequels or prequels or whatever with famous movies, like RoboCop. That's a good example. I mean, RoboCop, the first movie, I mean, that was amazing. It was a very good movie. I give it an A plus. Then came the other movies, the sequels, and they really fucked it up. And just it fucked up the whole thing. But George Lucas was a master in this, and he really knew how to do it well. I mean, you do Star Wars, and then he did The Empire Strikes Back. That really was done really well. I mean, but nowadays, when people are trying to do remakes and sequels, the reason why that's happening, now they're talking about RoboCop 4. Is that what's going to happen? Oh, God. My cousin told me about that, RoboCop 4, and he showed me a picture of the new RoboCop suit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It looks like Batman without a cape. I was totally, and I am now, totally disappointed, and I hope they stop that project. RoboCop 4, you know what's going to happen? They're going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck that up. They're going to have a giant cock come in and fuck it. I mean, yeah, just do that. Instead of RoboCop, why don't you just get a giant piece of cock? I mean, a giant, big old penis with two giant balls, and just put it in the film and just, like, fuck the camera crew, fuck the characters, and fuck the film, and fuck everything in sight. And then it comes and it drops loads and loads of semen everywhere, because that's what's going to happen if we do this sequel to RoboCop. But since RoboCop 3, that was the worst one. Since that happened, I'm not going to go see RoboCop 4. I'm not. I don't care who's directing it. I don't care who's in it. I don't care who's writing it. I don't care who did what. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to go see it because they're going to fuck it up. And now I know somebody told me about the script, that it's being chopped up, that that they have many hands on the script now. It's over. Now let's see this here. Let's imagine if they try to do a Scarface 2. Scarface sequel, right? I know somebody tried to do that. And I was praying to God that they wouldn't do it, and they did not do a sequel. Although they're still interested in doing that, trying to revive Scarface. Imagine if they do that. They put Rob Schneider as Scar. Oh God, I would definitely consider suicide if that happens. Oh well. I mean, it's hideous. It's fucking hideous. And I don't know why Hollywood has become more about making the buck. It's all for the buck. It's wham bam, thank you sir, and get the fuck out of here. Why can't we produce and make good film? I'm talking about film here. I'm not talking about a movie. The difference between a movie and a film, what is it? Well, a film is something that you remember. A film is Casino with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. A film is Goodfellas, Godfather, Scarface, 2001 Space Odyssey, The Big Chill with Jeff Goldblum. Those are films. The Big Lebowski with John Goodman. That's a film. The best comedy I've ever seen. What's a movie? Everything else. All the junk that you don't remember. Those are movies. You know, movies that go to DVD, straight to DVD. Nobody gives a shit about that movie. Slumdog Millionaire. Remember that movie, Slumdog Millionaire? Yeah, everybody said, oh, it's a bad movie. No, it wasn't. It's a film. And so what I do is I appreciate films. Star Wars. It's a film. Indiana Jones. And all three of them. And well, actually four. Yeah, I consider the last part to be actually good. Some people didn't like the last Indiana Jones. Actually, it was pretty good. I have to say that. It's the first time that I go against the grain like that. But the last Indiana Jones was pretty good. So all four films, they are really good, and I consider that film. Movies can be made left and right. You can put whatever actor in it. I don't care whatever actor. You can put whatever writer on it or director or write any shitty screenplay and put it together. Get a couple bucks here and there to invest in the movie, and that's it. It's over. It's a movie. Then there's also a third list, and I call it filth. There's film, movie, and filth. Filth is like that stupid movie. What's it called? Not another gay movie. Oh, that was the most stupidest film I've ever seen in my life. Anything with Rob Schneider in it, that's filth. So I'll just say that. But anyway, the Walt Disney Company has agreed to buy Lucasfilm Limited, which includes the Star Wars franchise, for $4.05 billion in cash stock from George Lucas. It was announced Tuesday. The deal includes a tentative 2015 release date of Star Wars Episode 7, along with the possibility of growing the franchise with more feature films. Lucasfilm reflects the extraordinary passion, vision, and storytelling of its founder, George Lucas. Robert Iger, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, said in a statement. Current co-chairman of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, will become president and report to Walt Disney Chairman Alan Horn. This transaction combines a world-class portfolio of content, including Star Wars, and one of the greatest family entertainment franchises of all time. Well, I don't consider it family entertainment, but because it's Disney, they have to call it family entertainment. Like they call it The Lion King, which is probably one of the last good Disney movies or films actually made. I consider that to be not really a family film, but they say, oh, it's a family entertainment, because cartoons and lions and zebras and animals in Africa, and people can go see family. But there's so much meaning to it. The writing of that movie, the backdrop, the thesis of that movie is so complicated because it goes all the way back. It goes back to Star Wars. There's a connection there between The Lion King, Star Wars, and Hamlet. Actually, all three movies are pretty much connected. And I can go on and on about the meaning of Star Wars. Star Wars, very meaningful film. It has a lot of symbolism in there. So does the Lion King. I mean, look how The Lion King starts out. The Lion King starts out with the sun rising. The sun has always symbolized in many cultures, especially in Egypt. The sun has been symbolized by a disc which means that a cycle or a circle of life, which means that life is continuous. Yes, we know that. That's why it starts out with sunrise. That's the start, the beginning, and it ends with a new rebirth or the new generation. Yeah, we get it. So there's a lot of really deep, meaningful things in these movies, and for us to just call them family entertainment, I don't know. Barney is like family entertainment, Barney and Friends and all that. But I laugh when people or adults say, "Oh, I want to buy some family films for my kids." I'm like, I don't think they're really that family. I'm just saying. The transaction combines a world-class portfolio of content, including Star Wars, one of the greatest family entertainment franchises of all time, with Disney's unique and unparalleled creativity across multiple platforms, business, and markets to generate sustained growth and drive significant long-term value, Iger said. The company said Kennedy will serve as the brand manager for Star Wars, as well as the executive producer on the upcoming film. Basically, they're going to have George Lucas be the consultant of the next Star Wars. So, let's see what happens with that. It's pretty exciting. I'll say that at least. But if they're going to fuck it up, if Disney comes in and fucks it all up, if they put a giant penis in there, I don't know. I'm gonna lose hope in humanity, and that's what's gonna happen. And I haven't seen a really good movie a really good film in a long time. So, I've seen pretty good films like I'll say Planet of the Apes was pretty good, but I'm just gonna say that I haven't seen a memorable film that is always in my head, or it's a recurrent theme in my life. And I would say there are films that have touched me, that have sort of shaped me in my life perspectives. One of the biggest movies or films that has done that for me is Casino, with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. Look at that film. If you want to know exactly how the elite, the clique, the controllers of this country really view us and how they view the world and how they operate, look at that movie. It explains a lot of the things of why we are so fucked as a nation. Really. So I really do appreciate films. And they can have a great impact on people. But if you're going to fuck it up with bad acting and bad effects or too much effects or special effects, I'm just going to say bye. And that's it. There's no return for Jose Soto. And what I do sometimes is I try to buy I don't buy films anymore. I try to look for them online for free. And if it's good, I add it to my library. I go buy the DVD. So I'm not really, well, you might say I'm stealing, but I'm not, because what I do is I watch the movie, whatever movie I'm watching. And for the first 10 minutes, I'm looking at it, see if it's good. If it's not good, I shut it off, and I go see something else. So it's not really that I'm stealing from anybody, because I'm not going to put up money beforehand for something that I'm not sure if it's good or not. You see? Because at least when you go to a restaurant or you go to get your hair cut, you can say, hey, wait a minute, I don't like this, and you don't have to pay for it. Like if you go to the movie theater, you have to pay first before you go in. What the hell is that about? How about if I pay you if I like it? Like there are other forms of entertainment, especially street entertainment, where people are in the street and they play music or whatever. They do some form of entertainment, and you pay for it if you like it, right? You drop a couple dollar bills or quarters, whatever, and if they have a hat or something or a can, you drop off whatever money you think that talent is valued. And I've seen people who play really good saxophone or violin, and they go to like these open malls and stuff like that, or the flea markets, whatever, and they start playing. And one of my friends she's a violinist, and she is great, and she actually makes good money just doing that, going out and playing in the streets, and people pay her to play because she's so damn good, and she makes good money. She walks out with a lot of cash. So, there you go. But anyway, exciting to see that Lucasfilm will continue to exist. And I don't know what this really means in the long run for George Lucas himself. I think he's ready to call it quits. He's ready to just sit back and enjoy to enjoy life, and to give up the torch, hand it over to somebody else. As far as Disney's concerned, well, I'll give them a chance. They have fucked up many things, so I hope they realize the importance of continuing the high quality product that is Lucasfilm. And if they're going to do a Star Wars movie, it better be damn good, or else, because the first episode was good, but it's not like the original. It's not like that. It's just so hard to recreate that oomph. But I give it a B minus. It's okay. It's not that bad. But hopefully, this new movie will re-energize people, and it will be relevant to our lives. I mean, that's what's really important about film now these days. Is that I think film should be about how relevant they are in people's lives. I mean, look at where we're at here. Look at where we're at. We're at a crossroads right now in our American history. We are going through a Great Depression. The banks are going bust. Criminal looting is happening at high places. Governments are becoming incompetent. Politicians lie and don't give a shit, and they steal sometimes. And a lot of immorality going on around that area. And I think films that address that issue and give us some sort of hope, those kinds of films really are what I'm looking for right now. It's relevant to our time. It's relevant to the people who are watching it. That's why Charlie Chaplin was so popular, because he made films and movies that were really relevant in his time. And actually, if I were to play those films, if you were to watch them, you'll be like, wow, that's really relevant right now. Yeah, because what happened in his time is going on again today with the Great Depression, second Great Depression. So, anyway, I hope they don't fuck it up, but I'm looking forward to it.